Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about the rate limiting. I will explain you further about the rate limiting. First see its demo. The mainly rate limiting is used to fix our requests that make to the server. For example, here was our server, we make the request of a specific number. Like for example, here was our request for register localhost 8080R for register, and we make the register request mainly for the 3 times. After the 3 times, it will give us the error of the 429 too many requests. Okay, let's see. In the 1 minute that was like first we make, it will give our success, give our IP address. We make second time, it will give our the success, and the third time we make that. This was done under the 1 minute. After that we make, it will give that error 429 to 20 errors. Let's for same for the login. We make request first time, login success. It was for 5 times. Make second time. Let's make third time. Next fourth time. Next 5 times. We will make in the 1 minute max to max 5 times. After that it will give too many requests. See here 429. So mainly the rate limiting, as we know, used to fix our requests that make to the server. Then see more about the rate limiting. The rate limiting means controlling over how many requests we make to the system. That I tell you in a specific period. Example, like we allow 5 requests per minute. We make it for 5 times per minute. We will change it also 10 requests, 5 minutes, etc. If users send and block them, there are the 2 types of like that. We can completely block them, too many errors, and make also slow down them. These are the 2 types of those things. Then about rate limiting, as I tell you, protect our system for overload. Like too many requests, it's load our system. So to reduce overload, stop abuse or spam, like for hacking attacks, like brute force attack, those type of attacks. It save our resources. Secure login, register route. For example, like for sometimes some bots make the continuously making them requested, so it maybe overload our system or crash that. So balance the API common used to protecting as login, and that was the must. Try to implement in every login and register route. Limit, as we see, brute force attack by the bots, as I tell you, avoid overload those type. There are some algorithm for the rate limiting. There are many type of ways to implement the rate limiting. One was the fixed window. These are the 4 types: sliding window, then token bucket, and the leak token bucket. Let's see one by one every. Fixed window, count request in the fixed time block. Example, like 1 minute counter reset, 5 requests per minute. Like we make the request at the 12, make the 5 requests in a minute. After that counter will reset. Props are easy to build, memory usage, and the main thing that forgot about that we have written. For example, like we make the request at 12, and we have to make the 5 request. Then at the 12:01, we make the another request, another have the time to make 5 requests. When it going on the 12:01, it search for the last occur when we make the first request. It not for a specific time period, but sliding window make that easy. Like we make for 60 seconds 5 requests. If next time he have to check, he make the 5 requests or not. It is sliding window check for those 60 seconds only, not the 120 seconds, not the complete. It will check only those time interval where we can counter reset. That was the mainly thing about that, the fixed and sliding window. But main thing was the token bucket that we implement, and we mostly implement everywhere. And it was easy to implement. I also saw that in the token bucket, like we have the bucket and there are the multi tokens. Tokens are like requests. Like we have 5 requests. There are the 5 tokens on that bucket. Okay, 5 tokens on that bucket, and we make the request and the 1 token reduce. Like we make the request, it will be 4. Next we make it become the 3, like that. It was easy to implement. And the another was the leak bucket. Here was the specific property in the leak bucket was like we make have a bucket. We have a bucket and have 5 tokens. Then we also make that sure in 1 minute we make six requests. Okay, we also decide that make every request at 10 second. Before that we also cannot make, and after that we can make, like that. We also set that key we have to make after every 10th second, after every specific time period, like that. Let's see its code, then we discuss further about that. The code will make easy to understand that. There was the rate limiting service, our service class. We make the two maps. One was the login, one was the register counter, and then here was our map. We make our check about that is the IP address, how many requests it made. Like we forget IP address, get IP, anything like get one, we get the IP address one. Our map check this IP is there in the map. If there, then check its how many requests it made or not. If not, then create that function, create login bucket. Here was the create login bucket. Here was we refill it the interval token of the 5, duration of the minute 1, means in 1 minute we can make 5 requests. After that refill it of the capacity 5. After that we make 5. We also make that 5 plus 1. After the every second we make the increase 1. Then after that return builder, means return the bucket. If they check here, if I bucket was not present for that IP address, create new bucket that return from that method. Same for register. Check is this IP address present, then check its token and try to make them request. If not, this bucket was not present, create the new register bucket. Same for like that. Refill of the 3 tokens, as I tell you, 3 tokens for register and 5 for the login. See here like that. And the refill bucket builder as a return. Then if you thinking about how was the IP address get, here was we giving into the parameters, and how it will get our, how can anybody add those things in the parameters, how can anybody know about the parameters. Let's see here our control class that clear your all of the doubts. Like here we getting our IP address using this string forward, the get request forward by that. If this was not empty or null, then go for the further return about that. For example, we get our IP address, then we can available to make request. Here we get our IP address bucket, and as we try to consume, we found the IP, then make them request as node. This was the simple registration class. And here we nothing used anything about that, but in the next video we will discuss about the using the Redis database. Okay, that was the third request, fourth, fifth, and then it will too many errors like that. That was the rate limiting. We next video we will discuss about the Redis.